Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Good morning. Hello. Good to see you guys. Where did it go? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm looking. Okay, well, I'll just have to bring that book out later this month. I thought I had it handy, but it's not. Well, it's the 1st of December. You guys, oh my gosh, it's the 1st of December. Time sure does fly, doesn't it? When you're having fun, it just flies. So happy December, and for many, happy Advent. We've spent quite a bit of time talking about Advent here on my channel this last month and talking about ways you can make it your own. Whether you make yourself prompts for Advent, whether you put things in envelopes like my friend Angie did for me. I've done this in the past, and I've shared a lot of Advent ideas with y'all over the years and just here recently. So I hope that maybe at one of those points you were inspired to do something for yourself or a friend. Angie did for me. She made me, I'm trying to get it cleared out because some things got sat inside of it. Yes, I'm that much of a hot mess. But she made me this envelope. Well, she sent me an envelope that was filled with envelopes, and just open one a day. And here they all are. They're unmarked, so you can't know what's inside. And she used this repositionable tape. And so they're all a surprise. We'll definitely open one today. I've been saving them. If she put a holly leaf, then it's Christmas themed. And if she put an acorn, it was fall. And then otherwise, I think it's just, you know, any time of year. And I have opened a couple with you guys because I wanted you to get inspiration and ideas in advance. But yeah, I've done a sheet load before. Actually, I've done that 2 years now, where 1 year I just did one sheet load, and then another year I picked like 3 sheet loads, and I prepared it all 1 year with birthday stuff, and another year I did Christmas stuff, and like Christmas paper and stuff like that. And that way I made myself a sheet load every day, and that was really nice because it was really quick because I already knew exactly what to do. I already had the paper cut, so it was basically just assembling. But yeah, anyways, if Advent's your kind of thing, if you got a calendar, awesome, fun. I hope you truly enjoy it. But yeah, we've been sharing ideas. Ooh, look at this fun paper. Oh, I opened this one. I just popped it back in. That's right. Oh, this one's fun. Thank you, Angie. So, yeah, so it's the 1st, and you're probably going to see a lot of Advent calendars and people working with them. And I hope you enjoy it. It's also the 1st for me, and that means I get to start drawing something new. Where is my sketchbook? I don't know where anything is today. Don't mind me. Where did she go? Let me look. Well, I don't know where it went. moment. Anyways, I was going to show you the faces, and we were going to count them together to see if I got to 99, because honestly, or 100, I don't think I did, because I didn't do a sketch every single day. Let me go run and look for that in the other room. I'll BRB. I totally don't have it together today, do I? Here it is. It was covered by a book. What do you know? Okay, I'm already back. Oh boy. Yesterday, I just dropped things all day. I was just dropping things all day long yesterday. Okay, well, these count because not as a face, but as a day, I did eyes and lips in November. So those were a couple of days, and I got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I want to see how many faces I painted. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh boy, this is where it gets fun. 34. Where's my calculator? I'm going to have to do some rudimentary math here. Hold on. I'm fighting a bit of a headache. So this is the way. 52 and 9 more. 61, 62 plus 9 more. 71 and 4. That's 75. Oh, a dog. Does a dog count? And then I had a couple of random ones, but they're not. Oh, and then I did these like 2-minute drawings. So there's 3 more. Okay, so I think I made it to 78. That's not 100. And I know I have some like randomly drawn here or there. But so here's the thing. I still feel really happy because I wanted to get to 100. That's 3 a day. I didn't do that. But I did 78, and to me, that's still winning. That's 78 more faces than I would have drawn if I hadn't set the challenge for myself. And I'm looking for my other girly because I know there's another one I wanted to add to this book. But now, basically, I get to choose a new subject to draw every day. So there's a lovely, lovely lady. Her name's Charlotte. And Charlotte Hamilton at Blue Shine Art. And I think this month they are painting birds. So I'll probably join in on a little bit of that fun. But I have a whole list of things over that I want to draw. And I'm somewhere between landscapes and still life. But those are kind of hard to do on the daily. So I think I'm going to make landscapes just like, I don't know. We've got abstract animals, urban sketches, poses, ancients, flowers, vases, landscapes, and still life. And vases could go into still life. So I think what I'll do is still life next. Still life and birds. So I think that's going to be my December project for myself. And that's what I'm going to work on in December. I'll just do a combination of the two. So, yay for that. I encourage you to start a practice, a daily practice. It could be anything. If you want to sketch a card a day, if you want to make a new piece of junk journal ephemera a day, I just encourage you to start a daily practice in your creative life because it is so enriching. Um, really and truly, it really and truly is. Hi, Miss Vicky. Hi, Jason. Hello, Beth. Hi, Angie. Hello, Lindaville. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Esther. So good to see you guys. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Karen. Good morning, Miss Linda. You'll be listening today. Awesome. Hello, Kim. I hope you're doing well. Everything's okay up there. Alaska's been spicy lately. Okay, we are going to just play around a little bit. Let me look. Ooh, I need that sheet of paper. Let me take a gander. Did I bring my phone in here? No. Wow, y'all. I am on a roll today. I'm trying to remember what the craft roulette parameters were. It was like map fold. That's all I remember. Let me take a look real quick. All I remember is map fold. Y'all probably all know what it is, but I'm going to look it up. Oh, da, 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 da. Come on now. I hope y'all are more organized than me today. I have been busy. Just busy. Okay, let's look at the latest gallery. And map fold, planter colors, element from the sky, and 3 in a row. Birds would be great for 3 in a row and for something from the sky. Actually, this really fits well into Charlotte's prompts because she has a Substack group, and don't ask me what Substack is because I don't really know, but she has a Substack group. And basically, people in that group who are participating in her challenge, she in advance looked up birds in their area, and that's what they'll be painting. Ooh, I love this wood duck. I could do 3 little wood ducks in a row. I was thinking 3 like birds sitting on a line in a row. I actually looked up what bird is native to Texas. And it's some kind of tit bird. Let's see if it's listed in here. Anyways, I think that's pretty cool. So I think, you know, we could paint the region of the map where the bird is from, do 3 little birds on a line. I wanted to see if they had like just Texas listed in the index, but they don't. Let's look up. Bearded blue coral crusted great long-tailed. Let me look up. Oh, let me write those down because I'm afraid I'm going to forget those prompts again. So, map, fold, planter, colors. So this is project, element. Morning. This is colors, not element. element is from the sky. And 3 in a row, which is the random. Okay. What episode is this for? 295. Wow, Mary and Steve. Wow. Okay. So we're going to pick 3 birds in a row. I'm going to go and look and see the Texas bird. I do have some bird stamps, but I don't really know exactly where all of those are from. But you could just do 1 bird, 3 branches, or 3 trees, or, you know, there's different. I think this is the hummingbird that we have in our area, the ruby-throated. That's the one we've got. Okay, now that I'm done with craft roulettes, let me go over to native Texas bird. I want to just look up and see which one that was. Native birds, Texas. Oh, northern mockingbird, white-winged dove, blue jay, great egret. Oh, I love egrets. House finch, ruby-throated hummingbird. I thought so. Scissortails. Ooh, I always liked scissortails when I was growing up. Woodpecker. There's a lot of things. Interesting. We're going to get there. We're going to make something, y'all. My kids are back in school, so, you know, this can't be forever. This can't take too long. The wren is so cute. They're just so tiny. Whooping cranes. I'm a crane girl. I like cranes and egrets and all those kinds of birds. Well, we definitely don't have the tufted titmouse and black crested titmouse. Okay, let's see. Tufted. There's the crested, 321. Those spunky little things. And there's a coal. There's quite a few. Well, none of those are native here. Okay. Well, I guess we can just pick a fun bird and we'll paint in the background the map of where it's from. So let me pick a bird that I want to paint 3 in a row. I don't want it to be anything too complicated. Ooh, I like that. Narina trogon. South Africa? South America. Non-migrant. You got to go there to see them. Even the female's pretty. Ooh, I really like this one too. That's Colombia, Northwest Brazil. as far south as Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and Argentina. Non-migrant. You got to go there to see them. I want to do this one. I like this bird a lot. So I'm going to do that one. Grab a little Post-it, catch up with you guys again. And we're going to probably do a horizontal card. We need to work on the background. So we're going to have to do South America for our map. So let me find you guys again. I had to search on my iPad because, all right, because I didn't bring my phone in here. Hi, Bethany. Hi, John. We survived Snowmageddon, 12.1 inches, but a few more coming today. Friendsgiving only had 19 people because of the storm. Oh my goodness. Well, 19, Bethany, sounds pretty well attended. Camille, hi. You have all types of cranes in your area. Oh my gosh, the Sandhill crane. Well, let's see if it's in here. This is the book, y'all, that I had been looking for a used copy, and then the same day we saw the girl on The Residence referencing it and talking all about it, and it just cracked me up because I was like, I had to tell my hubby, I was looking for that book today. The Sandhill crane. I don't see it by Sandhill. Let me look under crane, and I think it's categorized by bird type. I don't know. This is my first time looking at this book. Cranes. 119 to 121. Let's see if we got the Sandhill in here. Right there. There she is. Wow. Cool. Very cool. Oh, it's taking a long stride. It's taking a long walk. I was like, why is its leg way over there? That's weird. But it's walking. Oh, cool. This small crane is mostly gray apart from its red crown and white cheek. Its nest is a heap of material, large if on a wet site, with a central hollow. And that makes sense. And they're migrant. So breeds in northeast Siberia and much of North America, also Florida. Winters in North America as far south as Mexico. There we go. Oh, well, thank you there, John, for your facts. I mean, Jason. I always get y'all mixed up. Well, I'm also reading John's as I mentioned Jason's. I have a busy morning to start off. Not sure if I'll be able to catch it in my office. Everybody have a great day. You too, John Pounds. You too, buddy. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Okay? So we need some background paper that's like a map. So the birds I picked are South America. Grab a pencil. I'm going to have to reference my book because I don't have my phone in here. I usually always use my phone for reference, but we're just going to have to do the book. All right. And this needs to be a 5x7 card. I hear you, bird. I spent 30 minutes just fiddling around. Okay, this is 8, so I need to cut an inch off. All right. All right, we have a 5x7. Piece of watercolor paper. I'm planning on this being a horizontal card because I'm going to do 3 little in a row. But I think because South America is a very vertical shaped continent, I should do it vertically. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm doing that whole kind of drawing where you don't really look at your paper. You just look at your subject, whatever they call that. And I'm just kind of drawing it that way. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't the star of the show. That'll work. Speaking of South America, my mother and father-in-law left St. Lucia the other day. They're headed to the Amazon. St. Lucia, oh my goodness, it looked beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. All right, now it's not from all of South America. It's mainly concentrated in this region here. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and paint in my map, my background. And then I think what we'll do is paint the birds on a separate piece of paper. What color are these? Okay. Did you guys have a nice weekend? Oh, man. I even made it in here without water, but I have some on my tray, my cart. Filled up my old glass jar in case of emergency. Well, that's where we are. That's where we are today. Camille, it's so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Are you going to the next paper Ganza? Let's see, I think this one's more blue-green. A little bit. I got my big brush out because, you know, we've got plenty of ground to cover here. And we're going to do some granulating ocean. We'll tap in some other colors too. I'm hoping to go now. I realize that map fold was a fold and not technically the map. We'll figure that out. We'll still fold this if we can. I have another idea for map fold though. Want to see how it comes together. Let's do the darkest part of the ocean out here. The darkest part will be the deep, deep waters where all the beautiful whales reside. Okay, work this up here. So the map fold may not actually be on the front of the card. I think I'm going to incorporate that on the inside. Y'all know I love an aerial view, so any chance to work it in. I don't know if it truly looks like South America, but it's going to work for us here today. You know, I knew this book would be awesome, but I need to remember that ordering books online is not always a sure thing. If you haven't seen a flip through, is what I'm telling myself. If you can't find a flip through, don't buy it. You may be disappointed. I bought a bunch of books recently. This book got it all started. And I was like, well, while I'm there, let me see if they've got some stuff by some artists that I want to learn more about and that do the style that I like of art. But they weren't all winners. The problem is the artist that I want to read more about, most of their books are out of print. They're very hard to find and they're therefore very expensive, like $700. And I'm not going to buy a book for $700 at this stage in my life. So I kind of have to take the ones that I can find that are affordable. And they're just very subpar. A couple of them were. But that's how art books are. Art books don't stay in print forever. So if you have a favorite artist, I mean, there's some books that they make for education purposes, obviously, like, you know, for students and such, but like a lot of artist books just don't stay in publication. I like the way this background's coming together. I'm just doing a second layer for funsies. And y'all know I almost never tape my projects down. I just go with it over here. So, you know, it's kind of coming off the edges. Everyone get their fill of turkey for now? And holiday food? I was going to have one last meal last night, but then my husband made something more fabulous, so I ended up eating that instead. I don't even like fish, but it was good last night. I don't know what's wrong. I used to like fish, and I just stopped liking it one day. I'm not a seafood person anymore. I'll probably be a seafood person again. Something just changed. That's why you miss real libraries. Yeah. Yeah. We have a bunch of books we're donating that the kids are kind of outgrown. I kept their favorites, and I have one box that includes both of their favorites, their childhood favorites, and then the rest we're donating. Okay, so there's my background, my map background of South America, where these birds are coming from. And now let's paint the birds. I don't have anywhere to put this that I won't run something. There we go. Because it's still depositing paint. I think it'll be fine right down here. All right, now let's make these pretty little birds. The blue-crowned trogon. It's a forest-dwelling bird. Oh, it does have a stout bill. Stout bill, small, weak feet. Oh, poor guy. Good thing he has wings. In a very upright posture. We're going to do 3 of those in a row. Makes me think of Bob Marley's song, 3 Little Birds Just Out My Doorstep. All right, let's get these birds painted up. Now, there's a million bird stamps out there, so I'm sure y'all could stamp out 3 birds if you wanted to. I finished my Thanksgiving food yesterday. The sweet potato was delicious. Going to the grocery store today. Might fix a soup. Nice. I always love a soup, Linda. Absolutely. Nikki. Hey, Nikki Jane. You have 2 books out currently. Oh, boy. I think I've always kept the libraries in business with my late fees. Oh, man. Let me just cut this down. I don't need too big of a sheet because we're just doing 3 little birds. Let's make it about 3.5 inches. That'll work. Because we need 3 birds on a branch going across South America this way. So they don't need to be too big. This will be plenty large enough. All right, let's do this thing. My littles love books. I'm so grateful they really love them. Oh, yeah. Frankie is working on sight words at 4 years old already. That's awesome. That's awesome, Bethany. Young Z was an early reader. He went to a Montessori preschool, and he's just always really been into language. And he was a little bit of a favorite of the teachers and of the owner of the school. And so she kind of just took Enzy everywhere with her, and he absorbed everything. And so he was reading, and they taught him a lot of phonics. He was really reading quite young, 3, 4, same way. He could read all the Bob books. Do you have the Bob books, Bethany? If I still had them, I would send them to you. I don't have them anymore. I gave them away a long time ago. I think I gave them all to my niece and my nephew. Oh, this little birdie's going to be so cute, you guys. I really like him. It's going to be black. Okay, and I'm just going straight from the photo because I don't have too many references. I really need my phone. But that's okay. So the first one, I'm just trying to go straight pretty much from this photo to get the anatomy of this bird figured out. And then I can use my brain power and turn and do the next bird. We got to put his weak little feet in there. Poor little guy, his weak feet. Sorry they said that about you in that big old book. All right. Talking about you like that. Cruel. Okay. This is where I could use a reference photo and like have one like bending down or something, but I can't work that out by myself just yet. All right, so let's do a smaller version. And we're going to point this one going this way. That beak's not right. Okay, so they got kind of a curve. They have a stout beak and weak feet. Kind of reminds me of the new Jumanji. Did y'all ever watch the new Jumanji with The Rock and Kevin Hart? Oh, it's so good. And Jack Black. Oh, I just love it. It's so hilarious. I think his head's too big. This guy's got to be smaller than all that. Let's make his beak like that. There we go. There we go. I don't have the Bob books. The girls are into Dogman. Danny's comic books she's drawing is called Catman. Bethany, my son, when he was like 4 or 5, he thought Batman was that, T-H-A-T. He thought he was called That Man. He'd always be like, he'd be in a Batman costume, the ones with the built-in muscles, and he'd be like, I'm that man. Oh my goodness. He'd also wear like his costumes to like Target, and he loved to wear like his Star Wars costumes to Target because then, you know, the doors open automatically. And he'd be like, yeah, I did that. That's the Force. Okay, there's another little birdie with weak feet. Okay. And crazy eyes. They both look like they have crazy eyes. All right. Now let's make sure we're going to keep this to scale here, that I can fit 3 in a row on my card. Yeah. Okay, so let me make a cutoff for myself visually. Right up here, I'm going to say this next bird can't go past this point right here. I think I'll do this next one about the same size and facing the same direction. They're listening to the boss man over here. It's a Monday after all. They're like, what's up, boss man? What are we doing today? Boss man's like, the vacation's over. It's time to get to work. Go get some worms. I don't know if this guy's hearing it. I don't think he wants to hear it. I think this guy wanted to call in sick today. Play hooky. He's got hooky vibes. Something about him. Okay, we did it. I will be cutting these out, obviously. Hi, Carmen. Let's see. You can make 1 large branch and 3 birds. Yeah. And then fold. Oh, yeah. This brush is done. We cannot paint with a number 16 all day. Okay, let's move into like a number 6, 10 sizes smaller. We can paint with a 6 today. Okay, so let me show y'all what the little birdie looks like again. This adorable thing, and I love the black stripes on his feathers. And planter colors. Well, planters come in all colors. That's what I'm going to say. But we could kind of make one of their breasts, even though they're red, I do see some variation. We could do a little bit of terracotta, like a terracotta orange with the red. And that way I'm playing fair. And Deputy Heidi doesn't have to come track me down. She's busy. She doesn't need to be tracking me down on a Monday morning. She's too busy for all that. So I'll just play by the rules. That looks like terracotta orange to me. This dude who wants to play hooky is going to have a little terracotta. I guess they all will. And then I'll work in some red too. They got it from their father over here. All right. Color parameter has been met. Now let's work in some red to that terracotta, and that way they all make sense together. I wonder how many cards will have 3 little birds in a row. I bet that would be quite a few. Something tells me. Have you guys made your craft roulette card this week? Camille, you think I should buy the chicken broth? That's cool. Or the chicken both, that's cool. Are y'all talking soup recipes? I used to make this soup that one of my best friends, her husband, was also Jamaican, and he used to make it all the time. And it was so good. It had like turnip, rutabaga, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure about that one. Chayote squash. It had a lot of like sweet-ish. And it had coconut in it. It was just really good. I used to make it all the time. I haven't made it in a long time. I think this is purple. I don't need purple. I need a green. We're going to have to mix a color. A little bit of blue. Yeah, more blue. So far, I've just mixed blue and green. Maybe a little more blue. Get this brighter one in here. There we go. That's the color. That's pretty darn close. Yeah, that's the color. All right. Nailed it. Work this in here. Then he has a little of that color on his head here. Good morning, Paula Rice. I'm making my craft roulette card. Are you proud of me? I don't think his throat's, but oh yeah, it's fine. We're doing 3, what are these again? Blue Crown Trogans from South America on our card. Happy Monday. I'm glad I wrote down those parameters. What was the random again? 3 in a row. Okay, 3 in a row from the sky plant. Okay, we've totally got it, by the way. We have totally got this. Don't worry that I can't remember what the prompts are. Now I'm mixing some black in with that same green so that they make sense again together, because it's pretty dark around this part of the birdie. We're actually going to need quite a bit of black for the wing and the tail as well. There we go. Looking good, fellas. This is Rebel over here. That's his name. I don't know Rebel in Portuguese, but that's his name. I had a friend from Mozambique, and in Mozambique, they speak Portuguese. So I tried to learn some of it. I didn't retain much. Obrigado, Troku, because I named my cat Troku, which means change. That's about it. That's about all I remember. I really like how Papa's turning out over here. Okay, now we're going to work the same black into these wings. Hi, Commander Alpha Turkey. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. So glad you're hanging out with us these days. Thank you. Glad to have you back. Let's put a little of this black over here. This one's at a slightly different angle, so we're going to catch a little more of that side. Okay, and this one's completely sideways, so we're not going to catch any, but we'll outline just a little bit of his tummy. There we go. And then this one, we're catching a little bit of this one's side too. All right. Oh, I think they're pretty cute. Okay, let's get a darker black going on here. I can't remember which one of these is neutral tint and which one is black, so I just dip into both of them. One of them is neutral tint and one is black. There we go. Guys, I have a busy day today. How about y'all? I have doctor's appointments and all kinds of things on a Monday. I'm gonna have to work this in a little more, I think. I don't really like it looking like an outline. There we go. That makes me happier. Okay, I can live with that. think it's actually just going to be a very busy week for me. I think the whole week is going to be pretty busy. Oh, Carmen, you have... Carmen, what are you dealing with? You have a migraine? What do you... I'm trying to catch up to y'all too. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good. I think we had a 15-pound turkey. There is nothing left of that bird, I don't think. It didn't go to waste. We have a teenager who also ate all of the pies, you guys. I got 2 pieces of sweet potato pie before the whole thing was completely gone. And my husband had 1 piece of pecan pie before it was completely gone. He's a pie. I guess, you know, we found out he's definitely a pie guy. Young Z is. Okay, then we're going to draw one down here. Sorry, I can't fit the reference painting that I'm drawing that I'm drawing from in the shot, so you can see what I'm working from, but I'll show you again in a minute. We've seen it before, but I'll show you again in a minute. I still need reference photos. I work best when I have a reference photo to draw from. I can't make this stuff up. I did okay with the angles, like turning the birds so they're not too static, but let's bring this wing down here from up there. Just feels like it should come down and extend past that branch. There we go. And then I love this bird. The green, the red, the black and white striped. It's a forest dweller though, so they're not commonly seen. They hang out in the forest. And I'm not going deep in the forest of Brazil to see one, so I'm glad I get to see it in this book. I might look it up online and see if I can find one. Hear what their bird calls. I like to hear the bird sounds that they make. My godfather used to have one of those clocks that every hour there was a different bird sound that would go off. I loved it. It drove a lot of other people crazy, but I liked that clock. Obviously, I have a cuckoo clock in my craft room. I like a bird clock, evidently. Focus, focus. Ate the whole sweet... Did you have a sweet potato pie too? The whole sweet pie, but I love sweet potato pie. Oh, you had something else. I had 2 little slices. Honestly, though, that's all I really need. All right, so now I'm going to mix in a little bit of a beak or bill color. It's just kind of a little bit of a raw sienna and dirty palette is what I'm going to use to color in their little beaks. When you're watercoloring, it's good to work around your image, you know, like I don't have to worry. The heads are definitely dry now, so then I can work on the beaks without worrying about pulling in the black or the green. And I'm giving, you know, you just move around your piece. So you have less of a chance of mucking things up. I can definitely muck some things up if I move too fast. Watercolor forces me to slow down. Okay, they have like golden eyes. Let's color in this branch and their weak feet. You never had sweet potato pie? Well, to be honest, Nikki, the one I had tasted like pumpkin pie to me. Have you had pumpkin pie? I know you're in the UK, so I don't know that that's like normal fare for you guys over there. There's a funny Irish guy who's popped up on my feed. I'm delicious. I don't know what his name is or anything. He just always says I'm delicious. And he had a funny Thanksgiving. He was trying different American Thanksgiving foods for the first time. Cracking me up. Okay. Now I'm going to let the branch dry before I, you know, paint in their feet. And I'm going to let their eyes dry before I paint in the black circles. But there are our birds. Thank you. Ooh, this is probably barely going to make it, but, you know, we're going to cut it all out and see. I think this would be a bird. I mean, this would be a bird. This would be a card my husband would like. This would be a good hubby card. This could be like a Father's Day card because, you know, those are his two little birds. I could save this, give it to him for Father's Day. His mom is from South America. So it's like he's showing them the way, the heritage, teaching them to fly, teaching them to be independent and strong and happy. Might have to save this one for Father's Day card. I'm excited about painting birds this month, you guys. Definitely go check out Blue Shine Art, Charlotte. She does lives in the mornings, actually, when I do lives. But she's a sheer delight, and she's a wonderful painter. So if you're enjoying the few little like paint with me videos and seeing me paint more, you might really enjoy her channel. She's an artist, and all she does is paint. When I say like that's all she does, I mean it's amazing and wonderful. And anyway, so this month, you know, she'll provide the reference material, and they'll be painting a bird a day over there. And she does this every December. She did this one that was really cool where she painted the birds, but they all had funky backgrounds. I loved those examples that she shared. she goes on, she teaches abroad. So she's in Canada, but she teaches retreats in other countries. So their next retreat's going to be in Mexico, I think. And then she teaches in Italy, and I think she does some in France too. I'm not sure. But she teaches workshops, painting workshops abroad. I think that's so amazing. Okay, let's get inside here. This little nitty gritty part right here. There we go. We have 3 in a row with something from the sky. We did it, you guys. Now let me get the map back out. Oh, it's nice and dry. That's why I like using this paper in my lives. And it's still a little wet. But there we have it. I think I want more like branches or forestry behind them. I like that. But I think we need a little more. Could you please name the channel once more? Yes, Esther, it is Blue Shine Art. I think I have it written down. Let me show you. She's on Instagram too. Charlotte Hamilton, Blue Shine Art. There you go, dear. Okay, I think we need, this card isn't done. It needs something else. So let's see if it says what kind of trees they hang out in. This is where I really need my phone. Okay, don't ask me anything important right now because I had to navigate away. I am going to look for the blue, I'm going to Google it, the blue crowned Trogon. Can't tell much. Ooh, look how pretty they are. Look at these images. Sorry, try to get the reflection off. But so pretty. The females have the gray and the males have the blue and green. I'm trying to see if there's much. They can't really tell much about the trees that they're in because they're teeny tiny birds. So the photographer has to zoom in so much just to capture the bird that you can't tell anything about the trees. I'll have to Google what their habitat, like what trees they're found in. I have to Google their habitat. All right, here's the thing. Those colors are going to blend. You know what? We'll do black leaf. No. Well, we're going to have to do something. Let's see. Get another piece of watercolor paper out. I'm torn. Part of me wants to do, I don't have a lot of time for one, but part of me wants to do like sketchy leaves, but then the problem is that they have sketchy tails. And then another part of me wants to do like the green leaves, but I think it would match this South America too closely. So I'm kind of struggling here. Because the leaves are on all these trees around these birds are exactly the same color as this. So I think I'm just going to have to do them a darker, more emerald green. And we'll just pretend like it's a later part of the day. We're going to make it work. It'll be the depths of the woods, and so the sun's not shining on them. That's how we'll envision that. Okay. So what if we get this out and paint this brown for a little more branches, a few more tree branches. I just can't, that's just not enough for me. I need more. More. All right. If I had painted them bigger, I would probably be okay with it, but I didn't. I painted them small so I could fit 3 in a row on a vertical format. Okay. But we're going to make this work. Okay, let's let those dry. Now, let's paint some leaves. And I'm just going to try to use scraps. Just scrappy little bits. Cool. Let me get back to you guys. There we go. Bye, Camille. Have an awesome day. Pretty Penny, I'd like to learn more about painting and gel printing. Awesome. Well, Karen McCoy has been going just full on gel printing. I do some on occasion, but I'm not the person to learn from, Linda, on gel printing. If you want to learn, go to PM Artist Studio. They, like, Patricia knows gel printing. She takes all the guesswork out of it for you. So I'd say you will learn the most from either Yolande at Devon Rex for Art. I've had her on my channel before. You're going to learn the most from her or PM Artist Studio, just because they've been doing it and that's all that they do, you know, for the most part, for so long, that if you really want to learn it, you'll learn a lot from them. Karen is fun and she's learning, so it's always good to learn along with someone. And, you know, she just get in there and just have a good time. So, you know, I know you already watch Karen, so definitely just keep your eyes peeled and follow her along in her journey of it as well. And then there's like a whole community, like Eddie Makes Art and Darcy's Mixed Adventure. No, Darcy's Adventures with Mixed Media, I think is her name of her channel. Those are all good places. And I'll take you along for some gel printing from time to time, but I'm not a teacher. I can't really teach you much because I just get in there and do whatever. I'm not exacting in my gel printing. Okay. But I love that you're wanting to learn more about it. I think that is awesome, Linda. It's so much fun. We're going to get some phthalo in here and work some phthalo into this mix because I need some darker leaves. And I'm going to kind of put some of these together because I don't want to have to fussy cut out each individual leaf. That would be more time consuming. I don't have that much time. So I'm going to kind of connect some of these. Y'all hear my creaky door? I like it that my door creaks. My front and back door creak, and I like it because no one's sneaking in here. I'm going to hear them coming. Yeah, check their channels out, Linda. I think you'll really like them. PM Artist Studios is fun. It's a mother and daughter who are always live together, and sometimes other family members will join them from time to time. And then Devin Rex for Art is a lot of fun as well. And she teaches a lot of techniques. So I think her channel is the most tutorial-based channel for gel printing because she's very deliberate again and teaches techniques. So if you, I feel like, bye, love you. I feel like she has the most tutorial-based channel. And she's a sheer delight. Okay, y'all think I've painted enough leaves? I think I have. I better get to cutting. I just wanted color variation. And I'm connecting them. WD-40. I don't want WD-40 because then I can't hear the door open and close. Is that weird? I like it creaky. I know someone's coming and going from my front door. Because my desk, because I work from home, my desk is at the opposite side of the house. So I like that my front door creaks because I know people are coming in or leaving or whatever. But it is, I could see where it would be loud and annoying to others. I was telling my kids the other day that moms see with their ears a lot of times. Don't we? We see with our eyes and our ears. So that's part of it. Bye, Angie. Have an awesome day. So glad you could hang with us before going to work. I can't believe you hang out with me before you go to work. You and Jason and John. All right. I think I'm going to leave those single leaves out unless I absolutely need them because I just don't want to cut out single leaves. Have y'all started Christmas shopping? I have. I haven't haven't gotten very far, and I've already spent a lot of money though. So that's a little discouraging. I got a chunk. I got one side of the family for the most part done. So that's not bad. And we do white elephant. Do y'all do white elephant? Yeah, tall rose bushes outside. You know what? You're right. My mom has some sketchy neighbors, Commander Alpha Turkey, and I did exactly what you're talking about. I planted thorny, bushy roses by her windows. And I'm like, well, there we go. And we have cameras at her house. Yeah. When you have kids, yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, I've never been on Rakuten. That's where you earn points and stuff, right? I probably should because I do a lot of online shopping. I prefer online shopping for most things, to be honest, because I don't know. I just get exhausted going to the stores, really. And then they don't have what you want, or they don't have it in your size, or they don't have as much selection. It just takes a lot more effort to go in person. If they don't have it online, I just go to the next shop online. I don't have to leave anywhere. Okay. Let's see how this goes. And then we have these little branches. Let's make some of these kind of skinny. Crooked and skinny. I probably don't need this many, but that's okay. At least I have enough. I know I'll have enough. Okay, so we're going to create kind of the forest behind them with all of this. Ooh, I got 3 minutes to get this together, y'all. So let's do this thing. I'm going to put my book away. There it is for reference for the last time. And this is The Birds of the World. I got this book for like $7 used, but I had to search for some time to find it. Otherwise, you could buy a new version and a bigger version. I just wanted something smaller. Easier to fit on my desk. I hear you, bird. I hear you. Okay, I'm just going to kind of work some of this in here. Oh gosh, I still have to work in the map fold. Okay, I'll have to finish this later. I'll take a picture. I'll submit to Craft Roulette. I'll show you guys what it looks like later. Tomorrow is the 2nd of the month, which means it's sheet load day. I'll have my sheet load out. Okay, the bird card is going to look something like that, okay? And I like it. They're now in the forest. We've got our map behind us. I like it just like that. So I'm going to take a oh, dang. Boy, I cannot operate without my phone at my desk. I was going to take a picture of it. Oh, well. Okay. For the map fold, here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be harder as a 5x7 card. It would have been a lot easier if I had done an A2. It's way too late for that. But I think for the map fold part, I want to figure out, and I'll have to do this offline too. I have a piece of paper big enough, but not here, not now. Essentially what I want to do is take a piece of paper and just fold it like this. And I'll insert that in my card. And I'm going to glue it down. Let's see, I want to fold it differently. I'm going to fold lengthwise. There we go. And then like this, I think. So then I can glue this down inside the card. This would also work. I don't have to have a bigger piece of paper, but I'm glue down this here, and then I can open it up. Then it can open up like a map, like that, and have a hidden message on the inside. We'll do it with tea-dyed paper. Hi, Caroline. I need to start selling my cards, but I don't currently have any listed on my website. I just make them for y'all's entertainment and mine, just to keep us all entertained. Let's see. Whoops, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere because really I need to go, but here I am. I wanted to use this green. I've got the planter parameter covered for sure, I think, you guys, with all the green. And we did the terracotta breast of the bird. This silly trimmer is not cool right now. Not cool. Let's give it be fuzzy cuts. It's dull. Okay. Move like lightning. Here we go. TCB. So this will go in here. Could write a whole letter in this card. I may come back and like add drawings or, you know, like sketches or something on it, or I don't know. I may add something to it. I may leave it alone. Just put a sentiment on it. So I'm going to use my glue stick to glue down the back. And now we'll technically have a map fold, which is needed. So there's my map fold. I also am going to have a map on the cover. Let's glue this down. Let's just go for it. Okay, I like these little birds with the leaves like that. So I'm going to try to not get it too out of whack here. And just glue it down real quick. Treasure map vibes. Yeah, totally. The birds are the treasure. The habitat, our wildlife is the treasure, Paula Rice. But we're losing sight of that because of the gold and the silver and the money and industrialization. Don't get me started. But the natural habitat and resources are really the treasure. Don't get me going. Grandma had a great trip. Oh my gosh. What should have been like a 3-4 hour drive was like 7 hours, you guys. It was so much traffic. Oh my gosh. My whole Saturday was just driving after I left you guys. And then I came home and just kind of sat down and didn't get back up until I went to bed. Because I just didn't have anything left in the tank. Okay, we're going to finish it. I think these leaves were maybe behind the branch, but now they're going to be on top of the branch. It's going to be fine. Thanksgiving travel is always kind of like that. Hi, Ivy. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm about to head out, but you're catching the finale of me just putting everything together. Making a craft roulette card today. There we go. 3 little birds. You know, you could do 1 bird and a bunch of trees. 3 trees in a row. With 1 bird. That would also be an option. I like the branches crossing like that. I think that's really nice. Okay, gonna work these leaves back in here. Now that I like the branches crossing, I don't really want to cover them up. I put that right down there. Put that right there. All right, we did it. Now I need to glue this whole thing down. Could definitely put a sentiment on it, although I'm not going to. I really seriously think I could give this to my husband for Father's Day. I think it would be a really nice Father's Day card. So I think I'll save it for that. Will I remember that I have it? That is less likely. What's Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a card making game show on Friday nights here on YouTube. It's live. And there's always a guest, and they spin a wheel to find out 4 parameters, a project, an color element, and then random. So for example, with this card, the project was a map fold. So I put my map fold inside of my card. I made this my map fold. It was planter colors, you know, like a pot, a plant to put plants in. So it was planter colors, which I put some terracotta in their breast there, the birds. And then it was something from the sky. From the sky was the element, which I have the birds. And then it was 3 in a row was random. And so I have 3 birds in a row, but it's completely up to your interpretation. And then you just submit this on craftroulette.live. You can find out a lot more information there. But like 400 people submit cards every week, sometimes more, sometimes less, but around 300 to 400 people submit cards every week. And it's, you know, just free and fun and a great way to, great community and great way to be inspired and to find prompts. They're on episode 295. So you can find tons of prompts over there as well. All right. So that's it, you guys. I have to run. I got to get my girl on the bus. So I have to cut it off here, but it's been so fun hanging out with you guys. Love y'all. Have a wonderful week. I will see you on Thursday. Tomorrow is sheet load day, so come back for that. That's not live, that's pre-recorded, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye, everybody. Happy December.